I'd like to thank the Specialty Food Association for this honor. I'm humbled by the award and reminded once again to pause and be grateful. Volpi Foods began as a storefront in St. Louis, Missouri. My great-uncle Giovanni Volpi joined a bustling Italian immigrant community in 1900. That community, known as the Hill, unlike others of its kind and generation, continues to thrive today, punctuated with bakeries and restaurants and specialty food stores. Our own storefront still operates there. My father Armando joined his uncle at the tender age of 14 from Mantova, Italy. For decades, they labored over salami, coppa, pancetta, and prosciutto, when few Americans knew what prosciutto was, much less how to pronounce it. Today, Americans know what it is, but we're still learning to appreciate it, its versatility, and its flavor. We have been fortunate, and the company has expanded beyond any of our expectations. The leadership of a family business is both exhilarating and frightening at the same time. Over the decades, I have relied on three basic traits to guide me. The first, integrity, the confidence to do the right thing, with the best interest of the group in mind, even when it's hard or goes against your own self-interest. And when things go wrong, you take responsibility. Rather than throwing others under the proverbial bus or blaming failure on unforeseeable events, leadership is an honor that often requires sacrifice. Second is competence. A leader must have the skill to assess a situation and either directly or indirectly organize actions to ensure the group's survival and the achievement of its goals. Performing under pressure is a learned trait. What is needed is the grit and the persistence to overcome the inevitable obstacles you will encounter. The good news here is that the more obstacles you experience, the easier it gets. Thirdly, a leader must have empathy for the people who have entrusted her with the leadership of their group. Leaders authentically care about their people. They care about their customers and their vendors. You can't fake this. People can tell the difference, and they will react negatively to falsehood. I believe there are only a few things a person leaves behind: their children, their creations, and the impact of their actions. Most people know this, and either explicitly or intuitively want to be a part of a collective purpose that is larger than their own pleasure, that gives meaning to their lives. Leadership is the ability to define that noble purpose for the collective group and to give meaning to every individual's effort. The Volpi legacy remains alive and well in its fourth generation, and some 120 years after Giovanni courageously began his American dream. My hope is that the next generation will take up and carry the Volpi torch and continue the journey into the future. Thank you again so much for this honor.